Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel Anaka Design. This is one of those fun videos where I get to do a flip through of two journals, and it's exciting for me, both because it's a combination of a lot of hours, days, weeks of, loving care. And it also means the conclusion of a project and the ability to move on to another one. Now, these journals have something in common in that they are both made in 3-ring binders. I forgot to measure them before I started. But I think and of course they're common elements, but I think that there are also a little over 10 by 9.5, and about a 2.5-inch spine. I think there are enough, there's certain common elements between the two of them, but enough differences that they each deserve their moment in the sun. So we'll start with this first one, and I think just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to call it Homespun Christmas. As I said, it's a binder. It's got a fabric-covered spine, some sort of ratty-looking, this was bias tape, a little dangly Santa charm here, some chipboard letters spelling out joy, and these vintage images out of a Christmas, a paper. These, do you remember back in the day when paper twist was a thing? So anyway, these dolls were made out of paper twist ribbon, and 2 different sorts of scrapbooking paper covered the cover. So I'm not going to untie this, I'll just slip it off. Oh, there's also cheesecloth here to add to that sort of homespun feel. Now, I actually started these last year, had done some of the groundwork, and who knows, maybe there's even a video somewhere in the ether showing some of the progress on it. I have no idea. Probably there is. But I picked it up this recently, and it was time to finish it. So both binders have these plastic guards that sort of help with the preservation of the pages and the holes. I thought I'd done it in both of them. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I'm not ready to list this. Incidentally, by the time you see this video, the journals will be listed. I think this time I will put them on the Maker's Market first, and of course I've always said that I would, or I've begun to say that I would entertain direct inquiries as well. So I guess I'll look back at these and decide if I need to reinforce the holes, but typically that's what this was supposed to be doing. So I have a really large card here. Now, I'm not going to show you every single thing, and I also suspect that I'll probably come across pockets or envelopes that, oopsie, missed, putting something in there. But for the most part, kind of what you see is what you will get, plus some additional supplies to keep decorating. This is a tiny little padded ornament. This is vintage. I've had this probably for 25 or more years and finally got some of them done for these journals. And I know there are more lurking around waiting to be finished. I always include my note card about this journal, so that's in there as well. This is a little pocket, I guess a double pocket actually, I'm kind of hoping that if I just pick this one spot, you'll be able to, let me just be sure about that. I guess that's probably as good as it's going to get. So I'll try to avoid moving things. So each journal has 1, 2, 3. I think it was 5 dividers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 dividers. In this journal, I've got these sort of rusticy looking little dangles. This is a napkin. This is an elevator. An elevator. This is an elevator. This is an envelope, and I have this brad here as a kind of a closure to help keep it closed. And this, of course, is also a napkin that was just used to decorate the surface there. There's music in this book. This pocket may not be totally dry. It was the last thing I did. And this oversized tag. So we'll keep going here. Now, there are quite a few pockets, fabric pockets in this journal. Well, in both journals. You'll see that as we go along. I kind of did a belly band using these rows of rickrack and just some little bit of scrap paper here. So, you know, it's however you kind of want to dangle the item on there. Napkin, a covered button, and you'll probably see this fabric appearing elsewhere, but I just thought I couldn't resist those cute little Santa faces. There will be blank pages like this that will be left to the new owner to finish doing something with. Here's a fabric belly band and just a piece of, I think that's wrapping paper that I put in there. Many pages out of this cute little kid's book, and basically I did nothing to them because they're so darn colorful, and you know, the message is short and there in its entirety. This is the back of this is a chart for a cross-stitch kit. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Luke 2:11. And of course, there's a nativity scene there. I have a ribbon ruffle at the top here. A fussy cut out of some book. Here's something that looks good enough to eat. A nod to Hanukkah. Now, this is a cute little cello bag that looks like I'm holding it closed. Now, are there 2 levels or just... Can't quite tell. Oh, a double pocket. Look at that. And this cute little tag that just seems to be perfect in there. And I made a number of snippets kind of in this style. So this plaid ribbon and a little die cut of some sort. This is a page obviously out of a kid's reader, and I just added this. This is actually a metal piece. It says memories. What do you call this? Pom-pom trim. Cute. Look how old that is. I see I've used reinforcements there. Maybe I put reinforcements where I thought they were needed. This is, you know, kind of a faux postcard, journaling card, another dangly, swatchy kind of fabric sample thing there. I love this page with this gingerbread house. So beautiful. There are several images out of this book as well. And for the most part, I didn't do much to these pages because the message is, the illustration is beautiful. The message is quite simple and straightforward. Now, I made, can't remember where this paper came from, but it was beautiful. And so I made a pocket, a top-loading pocket out of it. And so there is a tag in there. Now, you know, as the creator, there always is a point. Like, you make design decisions from start to finish, from the concept to the cover to the signature pages, and every single thing you do after that. Now, I haven't done, it occurs to me as I'm showing this to you, I haven't done any stamping or well, that's not quite true. There is a bit of stamping. I haven't done any stenciling, and it makes me wonder when I see an expanse of white like this, if I should be. But again, you know, where does it end? And of course, a person has to leave something for the new owner to do as well. So I think, you know, maybe the idea will just, oh, you've seen this from the other side. On this side, I've used the positive and negative of a spruce tree die cut. Can I open this? Maybe not. Okay, let's keep going. There are also several pages in the journals from this music book that had a number of holiday songs in it. This was 1960. Black and white illustration. Just did a little decorating at the top of the page there, and that's a flip out. Now this is part of a calendar. And the calendar was so beautiful. You can see it's from, now you're not going to be able to see. Oh, well, maybe if I go like this. I just realized, I didn't realize until I opened this that I didn't decorate anything here. So clearly I have to go back and do something there. But this is what this side of it looks like. So you can see it was a big wall calendar. And I used it to make a... and used fabric here to hinge it to the page. So looks like I have something to do there. Here's a snippet with a big, beautiful old button on it. I kind of went black and white here with that lovely illustration. Didn't do anything on the back side there. A beautiful blingy cluster right here at the pocket. Left that blank. This is an embroidery transfer, so of course it's in reverse. Any letters would be in reverse. I thought that this black paper was quite lovely, and I used some coloring book paper and a variety of trims and a button and a paper clip to hold that in place there. Clearly I put two pieces of paper together, and I like them. You know, there's something about black that is just, oh, this is a looky there, I'm discovering my own stuff. This is a, you know, like a page topper. My, but that was a clever idea. Anyway, so, you know, keeping with the black and white and red theme, here is an embossed piece of cardstock, a fabric snippet, or what do you call those? Fabric ruffle. Just a fussy cut and a couple of these... whatchamacallit, Coca-Cola Santas. Here's another divider. This is a great big pocket and just some writing paper stuck in there. This Snow Queen was quite lovely. I just added these vellum pieces here and some little gold cord at the top. On this side, and I love, well, this is kind of collage with these different trims, but these pages came out of a book that I know I've shown you in the past, and I just love the preponderance of design elements to it. And then, of course, I must have collaged over some text there. This is just a cute little piece of note paper. I had to cover up the charity this came from, but oh, those chickadees are so darn cute. And this, I didn't make this, but I obviously thrifted it somewhere, and that is why that is there. Okay, keep going. This is part of a masterboard. It's got a little dangly thing there and a colorful pocket. Again, masterboard type stuff. A paper ruffle here, a snippet here. This actually came off a box from Tea. This little penguin card is just clipped to the top of the page there. Now, if we open this up, you can see that I've glued an embossed piece of vellum to the top, to the upper tuck there. This is just some, this is a vellum jar, and it's full of candy. I'm not going to pull it out. Top-loading pocket. I love this vintage wrapping paper so much, and I put a piece of it in each of these journals. And this was zigzagged around. Okay, let's keep going. More Christmas stationery. More vellum pieces. A couple of little cute little tags that I backed. Now, a couple more black and white images. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, that was just some scrap of ledger paper. And how about some cookies? Yeah, how about some Christmas cookies in that pocket? Tab. Another beautiful calendar page. Like, I mean, the paper feels wonderful, and there is, what more could I add to it to make it better? This is a gigantic piece of ledger, and I just used one of the vellum pieces there just for a little bit of, for a little smile. So this is actually from a big a big ledger, and I just did multi-folds so that, you know, and actually left the whatchamacallit, the guy's adding machine tape there too. The next divider here with a beautiful bird. Love those cookies. Love this. Isn't that peppermint bark, I believe? Oh, there's something that needs something. Something that needs something. Another page out of that book, and I added some grosgrain ribbon that says Merry Christmas. This is vintagey paper out of a 100-year-old scrapbook. Love the numbers that are stamped on there. And this is just a collage of some vintage. This was an old like shopping bag, or a bag you would have gotten your purchase in. Added some rickrack. This is fabric, some crazy stitching. Another one of these postcardy type things. And because of the fragility of this paper, I glued it onto this scrapbooking paper. There's some green lace attached. Here's another one of those cute tags. And this is just a coin envelope that I decorated. More. This is a gift wrap covered. I guess it was just an, what was it? Oh, it was an envelope. A journaling card with some lace and more Christmas baking. Some writing space, a tab, and a little tiny bow. Here is a side pocket and a flash card. More writing space, another embossed tree. This is what I mean about that book and those papers. They're just so special. And because they were big, I was able to get a pocket out of each of them too. I attached a fussy cut there. This is out of a Martha Stewart magazine, and a couple of kind of color-themed papers to write on. On this piece of scrapbooking paper, I have a tab and part of a die-cut tree, a fabric pocket, some note paper, and a card with a little cardinal on it. This is a bit of a... I made this pocket out of a foil doily as well as a Christmas paper doily, and just put a cross-stitch pattern in there. Another snippet. Looks like I just stapled that to the paper. Here I have a decorated bingo card. I think that turned out really nicely. A cute little vintagey looking girl, really old image. Here is a fabric flip on this divider, and use the same strips of that, or a bow made out of the same fabric on this strip as well. Now you can see that here, or I hope you can see that, you know, I've used some paper twist, and it kind of ties in with that more homespun look. This is obviously a Christmas card that was repurposed, as well as a photo out of a kid's, like, what would you call that? Where you have to find the different elements. Here I've done some stamping on some tea-dyed fabric. Here's a cute little tag. Used a fussy cut, not a fussy cut. What do you call it? A die cut, another die cut, a little fussy cut image there. What is the problem here? Nothing like a flip through to reveal an issue. A paper clip with a snowflake on it, a lovely poinsettia. Again, I can't quite remember where I got that paper from, but I like it. More book page, more pom-pom trim. Now here I use the side section of the cover from a book, from an old box of Christmas cards. Repurposed a ribbon, you know, the end off a spool of ribbon, and decorated it up. Here is another transfer pattern. Cute little truck. Okay, what do we have going on here? Oh, I know. This is a belly band, another one of those searching for kind of images, and just a little bit of lace there for a splash of color. Another fabric ruffle. This is obviously a great big pocket with another die cut and another fabric cluster and a tag in this pocket. A vellum piece, a little bead here. More. This is a big pocket. This came out of a quilting book, I believe. And again, the positive and negative, and a little bit of a landscape there for those tree shapes. And that is being held in place by that little paper clip. And then this takes us to the back cover, which again has a great big Christmas image. Another one of those hangover things a tag. This is a napkin covered one, little decor at the top, some fussy cuts, and that, my lovelies, is that. So I will put this one aside. How long did that take, by the way? Well, that's not too bad. Work on it for 3 months and then flip through it in 25 minutes. Okay, let me put this aside. Where did I put the other journal? Oh my, oh, I see. Sorry, losing my marbles. So I need to trim this. This tail is too long. I just thought, you know, like make it longer in case the journal bulked up. And of course, it depends how you tie it as well. Anyway, this journal is different in that, oh, look, a gumdrop fell out. Different in that it is a padded cover and a fabric cover. So I'll just slip off this tulle wrap around. Of course, the beauty of this kind of a system is that, you know, as the journal grows, and it is kind of plump, it's not exactly sitting closed. Let me check positioning. Okay, that's good. You know, you can rewrap it so that it still accommodates it. So I've got some eyelet here. This is an ornament that I just thought the colors went well with this fabric, as did this green pocket. Now you may remember this pocket. There was one in the previous journal. So like I said, you're going to see common elements, but used in different ways. Another napkin covered tag, and love that bow. And obviously that was something that I had dyed. Looks like it's a double pocket. Oh, not only that. No, it's not a double pocket. It looked like a double pocket because I was putting it in front of and behind this green card, which I guess in one sense makes it a double pocket. A little bit of collage here again. You may remember that die cut from the previous one. And this lovely bit of lace here that I have been hanging on to forever and finally, you know, bit the bullet and used it. This is a piece of paper twist ribbon that has a Christmas Carol on it. Another one of those big tags. Love this trim. And again, that was something I was hoarding. My note from a journal maker. This is just a piece, or maybe this was a card. I don't know where this came from, to be honest. I guess it was a card. I added the negative bit of the die cut. And I just inserted a piece of cardstock into this mesh bag and, you know, left it there so that a person could use it if they wish. Here is a fabric pocket. And I just tucked in a little recipe card. You know, one of those advertising things. Little bit of, that's such an interesting color of rickrack, and I don't think I have very much of it. So I was using it, and I used the, what you may call it, the brad there as well to hold it in place. This is out of that same book that you've probably come to recognize. Again, out of the quilting book. I don't know if there's more in there. I won't dig for it. And a cluster. Now, because... Okay, yes. Because I sewed these pockets on, like I didn't just sew them and then glue them on. In many cases, I did have to try to hide that stitching. Here's another one of those little padded Christmas ornaments and a fancy little paper clip in the shape of pine trees. Another one of those beautiful tactile calendar pages, calendar images. Likewise with this. This is this envelope needs something too, I see. I used a paper ruffle just on the flap there. I added some eyelet and some of the trim page edging that I got on that recent thrifting that I did when I was on retreat. Again, you can tell that that's from the same book. Here, I wanted to cover the text, so I just used some tissue paper and this fussy cut out of Christmas Magazine. Vellum cookies, you've seen those before. I made a little pocket out of a bag, and you saw that before. This just has, well, that little card would come out, and obviously so does that little bookmarky type thing. Beautiful book, a snippet. Here, I did a very shallow pocket with a couple of tickets in it. This has a penguin, whatchamacallit, pom-pom trim, a beautiful image. I don't remember right where I got it from, but this also is, now was that tissue or was that napkin? I can't quite remember. And added just a little bit of decoration there. Here is that same fabric that you saw the button done with. A tag with a dangle attached. And here is a little dangly thing here as well. I added this bit of eyelet and this seam binding ribbon. And I kind of like how that turned out. Like it's asymmetrical. It really has only one tail because the other tail is this great big long piece. But I thought it was a nice finish, like where the eyelet met the fabric. Just did that today. Another one of those big deep pockets. This one obviously says joy, and that O serves as a pull-out as well. Now, I didn't do this. I thrifted it somewhere. I've had it for a couple of years. Can't remember if I did that ribbon or not. Another bit of stamping on muslin. Again, little drapey bow. And I think the nice part about a binder, binders I think are a lot of work. You don't have to sew in signatures, but my goodness, there's a lot of other work to put it together. But I think the nice part about it is that you have so much extra space. You don't have to worry about, you know, is something going to extend too far? So I can have tabs and ribbon tails and whatnot and not have to worry about what's going on. This is vellum, and these are die cuts that I put together. More of that note paper with a vintage Christmas stamp on it and a tag. You can, you know, because it's green vellum, you can probably see through it a little bit, but not much. Again, great big piece of ledger. And this, if I'm not mistaken, was from the 70s. I really like this. I used the, excuse me, Christmas doily as the basis of it. I really kind of got carried away with the multi-layers here, but I think it's cool. I used a flashcard here and a vellum snowman. I've got a thing for snowman. A snippet. Now, I must have been covering up a word that I didn't want, so I used a bit of napkin and one of these black cards. Again, I think I'm really liking a punch of black. You've seen this paper before. I've stuck a piece of paper in there. This is a fussy cut, and I thought that looked so dramatic. Now, here I made a belly band out of a coin envelope, another one of those tall skinny bookmarks, or not bookmarks, gift tags, decoration on there, and another quilting magazine or book tag. Here I've used an image from an old kid's reader and to make a pocket, and here I matted the image, so I don't know, it was extra work. Maybe it would have needed to be backed anyway. You kind of have to really look at it to see that it's there. This book, by the way, was called Sing a Song of Christmas, and it was from 1989. Oh, here I used the old ledger. I hinged it with this. Oh, I know what happened. I had an issue with this, and then I think I had to peel it off, and that's why it looks like that. But I kind of like that. But again, a kind of a brittle old piece of paper. It's threadbare there. The stamped page numbers. Again, this is a piece of Christmassy fabric. Coffee dyed, what do you call this stuff? Cheesecloth and crazy stitching. Some recipes, some beautiful pictures. This came off a masterboard. I fussy cut out all the cookies. And this is just off a Christmas card. And in cases like this, I'm always trying to be aware of the colors. I'm mixing things up more than I used to, but I also want it to be pleasing to my eye. Green lace, writing space. I thought this was quite lovely. This card had this hole in it. I made it into a pocket, but I didn't put anything in there because it's almost like it's framing that trophy. So a person could add something to it if they wanted to. Again, a Christmas card, box flap, not flap side. You've seen this paper before. This is a snippet I put at the top. Again, having it extend past the top of the page. This is some really cool ribbon with, lace with pine trees on it. So I thought it looked good against the black paper. There's that same vintage Santa paper. Tab, pattern. I made this belly band. Now this was a digital that I've had for probably 3 years. I had fussy cut all those circles, and you know how much fun it is cutting out circles. And I thought, why don't I just make my own belly band? And none of these things overlap very much. So I used a bit of heavier paper behind it, you know, just a straight piece, to give it a little more body. And then this is the same sort of calendar thing you saw in the other one, except this time I actually decorated it. So I don't know which is better, to be honest. The other one has certainly a lot of journaling space, but it's pretty plain Jane, so I might have to go back and add something to it there. And because it's, you know, like a little folio thing. Oh, I had it tucked in there. I didn't want to glue it down, obviously. Here is a page out of Martha Stewart in this great big pocket. Okay, this is an envelope. So what I did, I had this, it must have come off a Christmas card. So I thought, okay, let's use that as a belly band. This is a cute thing out of, obviously, a book of some sort. And here I use this same style of pocket that you saw in the other journal on the flap. Now, again, it's an empty pocket, so or an envelope, so I'll have to try to find something for that. I mean, I've got oodles of things. It's just a matter of, with so many places to tuck things, it's easy to miss a spot or two. Same beautiful book. These, believe it or not, even though they read as purple, those are chocolates. This was something that I had obviously punched out. A fussy cut and a recipe, or not a recipe, for making sachets. And this little card. Writing paper. Another fabric pocket, and you'll recognize that fabric. I added this ruffle just kind of at an angle. Now, this is heavy-ish paper that came out of a lovely Victorian Christmas book. And it's one of those things where there are good images on either side. So I just chose to, I don't know why it was like that, but I had to round it off so that it kind of looks a little better. And I just left it as is so a person could read both sides. Not sure if you can see it or not, but this image is covering all the stitching from that pocket. Here is cross-stitch image. Another jar of, where did that candy go? Tuck it into the jar. This is, again, out of that Victorian book. And it's kind of interesting. The whole idea of hanging stockings. I was reading something about that today. That, anyway, these girls had hung their stockings to dry by the fireplace, and Santa was coming down the chimney, who knows why. Anyway, some coins fell out of his pockets and fell into those stockings, and now that's why everyone hangs stockings, with the hope that something, something precious will land in their stocking. I used this same signpost here. I just put it over the verse on this particular page and tucked in some more vellum things. And of course, items like that can be used anywhere else in the journal to, oh, I know. See how clever. I stuck this in upside down as a reminder that it needs to be backed. So clearly, I still need to, maybe I need to leave it sticking out so I remember to do that. Oh, here's something about mistletoe. So I just used a couple things. I turned that into a side pocket. More of that same book. Oh, I should cover that up. Yeah, I could probably put, well, I'll figure out what to do there. Same lovely book. Again, writing paper that I just kind of folded creatively. This is a gift wrap, a fabric pocket, a postcard, and some lovely images here and here. Oh, I need to, what was I going to put in here? This is like, I'll tell you what, this was a thrifted canvas, well, fake canvas, with this image stamped on it. I mean, I cut it down. And when I took this off its frame, off its stretcher bars, there was a little wire inside, because apparently if you hit the little switch, it would light up these two headlights. Anyway, Santa's driving the little old truck. And I thought, well, I could hoard this or I could put it in here. So I need to put something in that pocket. I did another bingo card, snippet, fabric ruffle. Now here, this is a wraparound. This whole thing, like if you can imagine, spread out, double in size, was a pocket that came off a calendar, and every month had a beautiful image. So again, I've been hoarding that for a while, and I thought, no, time to use it. And then there was this big open space here, so I added a verse out of one of the cards, or sentiment, and tucked something in there. Now on this side, again, 2 pockets, another one of those cards, and more of those chickadees. And I used, you know, like here's a vintage stamp, 1970. Thank you very much. This is really cute. Another quite a hefty snippet there. I see I need to get some of these glue specks off. Pom-pom trim, fussy cut girl, angel. Another longish snippet. More embroidered patterns. By the way, this pocket and the matching one in the other journal, this was from a gift bag. So I threaded this yarn through the 2 holes, like where the handles would have been. This, I think there's a fold here, so this maybe was the gusset on the side. And just to avoid having a problem inside, I put Scotch tape over the thread so that things wouldn't get hung up there. Another one of that's a 1975 stamp on there. And, oh, this is just a beautiful Christmas image. Here I made a little side, did something stick? No. A side tuck, ho, 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 on a card. And in this back pocket, I've included one of those, you know, little things, recipe things that you get. Another postcard, a beautiful greeting card. I had added lace here, and then I sewed and glued this button to that bow. And that, my dears, is that. But as you can see, I do have a little bit of work yet to do. Some pockets to fill, something to back. But I hope you have enjoyed the flip through, both from the perspective of, you know, maybe some new ideas or products used, you know, supplies used in a different way. And some appreciation for the hours and hours of work that went into this. Now, as I said, both journals are available for sale. By the time you see this, I will entertain, you know, email requests, but I will also be listing them both on the Maker's Market. And the link to the Maker's Market is always in the description box below each video. So I hope you take some time to check out the listing and decide if you need a journal like this in your life, both either for yourself or as a gift. And yeah, and there will be extras packed along with each of the journals as well. Thanks so much for being here. And as always, I appreciate your subscription, support, your thumbs up, and your comments. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.